The story of Ananias and Sapphira. In the early days of the church, the followers of Jesus lived in unity and shared everything they had. Those who owned land or houses would sell them and bring the money to the apostles' feet. And the money would be used to help anyone in need. One man named Barnabas had just done so. He sold a field he owned and gave all the money to the apostles, and the people praised God for his generosity. But among them were Ananias and his wife Sapphira. They too sold a piece of property, but unlike Barnabas, they had a secret plan. They agreed together to keep part of the money for themselves, while pretending to give the full amount to the apostles. Ananias came first, entered the gathering place, holding the money in his hands. He walked up and laid the offering at the apostles' feet. Peter looked at him intently and said, "Ananias, why has Satan filled your heart to lie to the Holy Spirit and keep back part of the proceeds of the land? While it remained unsold, wasn't it your own? And after it was sold, wasn't the money at your disposal? What made you think of doing such a thing? You have not lied to men, but to God." Upon hearing Peter's words, Ananias fell down and died. A great fear swept over all who heard what had happened. Some young men came forward, wrapped up his body, carried him out, and buried him. About 3 hours later, Sapphira came in, not knowing what had happened to her husband. Peter asked her, "Tell me, is this the price you and Ananias got for the land?" She replied, "Yes, that's the price." Peter said to her, "How could you agree to test the Spirit of the Lord? Listen, the feet of the men who buried your husband are at the door, and they will carry you out also." At that moment, she fell down at his feet and died. The young men entered, and finding her dead, they carried her out and buried her beside her husband. And great fear seized the whole church and all who heard about these events. This story is a solemn reminder that God sees not just what we do, but what is in our hearts. Ananias and Sapphira did not sin by keeping part of their money, but by lying and pretending to give everything to appear generous. Their deception was not just against people, it was against God himself. The early church learned that honesty, integrity, fear of the Lord were not optional. They were essential for those who followed Jesus. The end.